The sun rose over the Montana Territory on June 25th, 1876. It was a day that would be etched into the annals of history, a day that began with the promise of a scorching summer sun and ended in a tragic clash of cultures. The heat was relentless, the air thick with anticipation. It promised a scorching summer day, one that would test the endurance of both man and beast. The Little Bighorn River snaked through the valley, its waters reflecting the bright light. This serene river would soon bear witness to one of the most infamous battles in American history. The tranquility of the scene belied the tension gripping the land. The peaceful morning was a stark contrast to the storm that was about to unfold. Two very different horse cultures were about to clash in a battle that would echo through history. The U.S. cavalry, with their disciplined ranks and thoroughbred horses, faced the Native American warriors who were fighting to protect their way of life. On one side were the U.S. cavalry and their prized thoroughbreds. These horses were fast and strong, bred for speed and endurance, but they were also high maintenance and required a lot of care. Facing them were the Lakota, Cheyenne and Arapaho warriors, mounted on their hardy ponies. These ponies were smaller and less glamorous than the thoroughbreds, but they were incredibly resilient and well suited to the rugged terrain. The fate of both sides and the future of the West hung in the balance. The battle that was about to unfold would not only determine the immediate outcome, but also shape the course of history for years to come. The 7th Cavalry, led by George Armstrong Custer, was a formidable force. Custer was a seasoned leader, known for his bold tactics and fearless approach. Their training and discipline were renowned. The soldiers were well prepared, their movements precise and coordinated, a testament to their rigorous training. However, their reliance on their expensive thoroughbred horses would prove to be a crucial factor in the battle's outcome. These horses, while impressive, were not as adaptable to the harsh conditions of the battlefield as the Native American ponies. The horses of the 7th Cavalry were a far cry from the mounts of their adversaries. The contrast between the two was stark and telling of their respective cultures and strategies. The cavalry rode large, powerful thoroughbreds bred for speed and strength. These horses were chosen for their ability to charge into battle with great force and to cover long distances quickly. These horses were expensive, costing the army a significant sum. The procurement process was meticulous, ensuring only the best thoroughbreds were selected for the cavalry. Each thoroughbred represented a considerable investment. The army's ledgers reflected the high costs associated with maintaining these majestic animals. In stark contrast, the Native Americans rode smaller, stockier ponies. These ponies, though less imposing, were incredibly resilient and well suited to their environment. These ponies were descendants of Spanish horses. Over time, they had evolved to thrive in the challenging conditions of the Great Plains. Over generations, they adapted to the harsh conditions of the Great Plains. Their smaller size and sturdy build made them perfect for navigating the rugged terrain. They were tough, agile, and knew the terrain intimately. Their endurance was legendary, allowing them to travel long distances without tiring. These ponies were more than just animals to their riders. They were considered family members, treated with great care and respect. They were trusted companions, their spirit horses who were integral to their way of life. The bond between rider and horse was deep, built on mutual trust and understanding. The breeding of the cavalry's thoroughbreds contributed to their downfall on that fateful day. These horses, known for their speed and agility, were not bred for the harsh conditions they encountered. Their lineage, while impressive, did not prepare them for the grueling demands of a prolonged campaign. These horses were accustomed to structured training regimens and a controlled environment. They thrived in settings where their needs were meticulously managed, from their exercise routines to their grooming schedules. They were used to being fed a specific diet and stabled when not in use. Their diet was carefully curated to ensure peak performance, and they were given ample time to rest and recover. The rigors of a long campaign, combined with the unfamiliar terrain and limited forage, took a toll on their performance. The rocky landscapes and sparse vegetation were far from the lush pastures they were used to. The vast distances covered by the 7th Cavalry in their pursuit of the Native Americans further weakened their mounts. Each mile they traveled drained their energy reserves, making it harder for them to keep up the pace. The horses were not accustomed to such prolonged exertion. Their training had not prepared them for the relentless pace and the lack of adequate rest periods. The lack of adequate rest and proper nourishment left them vulnerable. Without the necessary sustenance and recovery time, their strength waned, leaving them susceptible to exhaustion and illness. The Native American ponies, on the other hand, thrived in this environment. They were used to foraging for their own food. The rugged landscape held no fear for them. They navigated it with ease. Their stamina was remarkable. While the cavalry horses tired, the ponies remained strong and agile. This difference in adaptability played a significant role in the battle. The Native Americans, mounted on their tireless ponies, could dictate the pace and direction of the fight. The weary cavalry horses, struggling to cope with the unfamiliar terrain, were at a distinct disadvantage.